Freedom Diary, and today I'm back to reconcile my checking account and EveryDollar. I'm changing up the format just a little bit because I'm going to do a collab with Art of the Budget, and I want to see how this works out. So y'all keep your fingers crossed that I get this right because I've never done this before. So right now we're looking at all of my transactions in EveryDollar. I don't have that many, which has always been a goal of mine, is to reduce the number of transactions I have going through my checking account. And that way I can better track my activity and expenses. Anything's happening on my account, I can quickly figure out what that is and what's going on. So let's start with October 31st. And the first thing I'm going to do here, there's a little icon here. And I guess if you're new to my channel, let me start with, I have the paid version of EveryDollar. I don't think it's necessary. My kids use the free version of EveryDollar. And if you wonder what I'm doing, reaching back and going to my budget to make sure I can split out this transaction properly. But that's why you see the numbers already here. I don't put them in. I can add them in, but they come with whatever cleared my bank. So here's $7.85. We're going to split that, and we're going to go down to groceries. Restaurant. And once a category has been selected once, it doesn't allow you to select it again. Repairs, tires. So licenses and taxes. Which reminds me, I need to go put my sticker on my car. Went through all that trouble, might as well finish it out. Let's see, laundry and my pocket money, and I think that might be it. So okay, and then now I'm just going to go back and put in the amounts up here. So it's $3.75 for grocery. Let's see. And so if you look down here, you see my remaining change. If I change this back to 0, you'll see it start out at $7.85, and I'll just do that just for kicks and giggles. So you'll see $7.85. But if I change this to $3.75, I have $4.10 remaining. Restaurants is 40. I don't know why I'm trying to guess. There's a piece of paper right here. Repairs and tires is 65. License and taxes is 10. Household is 50. Laundry is 45. And you see the remaining for this month, I'm giving myself $200 there. And so I have 0 remaining, and now I'm going to track that expense. And now next thing I need to do is deposit the $68.97. That needs to be split. I need a new category. I just thought about it. I got a $2. I overpaid my car by $2.97. So I deposited that check, and so I'm gonna just say car refund, and I'm just gonna call it that. That'll mean something to me in the future. Try not to be too elaborate because I can't remember anything. And so savings from cash envelope and car refund. This is 66. This is $2.97. And now I'm going to track income. Okay, now in the car refund section, I'm going to put in $297. Once I hit tab, you'll see the It's an EveryDollar budget change to account for that increase in income, so I have to allocate that money. And this is one of the reasons why you don't see me doing variance sections in my budget on paper, because EveryDollar does it for me, does math better than I do, so I just roll with that. So I'm trying to adjust this $40 to 66, which was not working out. And so now I have $28.97 left to budget. And so my rent, $990.95. And I'm trying this format out because in our collab, I'm going to compare November 2019 to November of 2018. And you guys will get to see what my expenses look like back then. They are different. And so I'm going to adjust this to $990.95. Close that window, go back to my transactions. Etsy. I did bought myself some stickers off of Etsy for my budget planner. Can't remember anything. Where's personal? Okay, here, it's me. I'm gonna put that here. I did go to the bank and I deposited $20 to counteract this right here. So once that clears the bank, I'll drop that in here. And this PayPal transfer, this is how I get money from Survey Merchandiser into my account. It goes to my PayPal account and then I transfer it to me. I'm still waiting on another payment of $188, which will come out. It'll start probably between the 10th and the 14th. So I just requested payment for that. That covers the store reset that I did recently. I wanted that included in this budget. Okay. And now, let's see. Murphy Express. That is my gas for my car. And Fed loan is here. Going to see if I wrote this down. So excuse me for a second. I'm checking on what was my balance. I wanted to show you guys. EveryDollar does not account for interest. That when you pay things, it doesn't increase by interest and stuff like that. So at the beginning of every month, you have to go in and adjust your starting balance on accounts that have interest on them. So I'm going to put 77,802.13, and I've already posted one payment for $821.67, and that's for Fit Loan F1. Ready to get that bad boy out of here. Oh yeah, and so I have a note here. That's my goal to pay off this month. And my last transaction is for Assurant, and that is my renter's insurance. And you are right here. So I'm going to adjust this down to $23.25. There. And so I'm done with everything that goes to the bank. So the next thing I'll do is I'll take care of the things that don't go to the bank but come out of my check, and I monitor it. I try to monitor transactions like what I send to the boys' savings, my life insurance, my health insurance, and things like that. So that way, if I need to make an adjustment, I know where. When it comes to the boys' savings, I'm not touching that. But like life insurance and stuff, you'll see in January next year that is going to change. So we'll put in 577. I do this every month, and for some reason, I cannot remember for the life of me. I can't remember for the life of me. Like, what's the amount? So 56.72 for health insurance. And so I did sign up for a lower tier plan because I barely use my health insurance. Outside of my allergies and stuff, I really don't get sick unless I catch cooties from somebody. And I've been trying to stay cootie free. Oh, that 821 for a fair loan, that include my interest only payment too. 773.43 went to Fed Loan F1, but 48.24 pays the interest on all the other loans, where the IBR payment does not cover the balance. Well, not the balance. It doesn't cover the interest that I'm going to incur for that particular month. So I pay a little bit extra just to make sure those balances, the principal doesn't grow. And that's another thing I want to touch on at some point. Sometimes I listen to Dave Ramsey and he says, make a principal only payment on your student loans. I think that applies if it's a private loan, but my Fed loans, I have to pay the interest. You can't say principal only. I did it on my car though, and I saved money, but student loans, nah, the government is trying to get some money. I probably sound like a conspiracy theorist. But yeah, it's got to make money somehow, I guess. So yeah, I wanted to look at my renter's insurance, how it's building up. I'm up to like 79 after this month. Oh, I forgot about my sons. Where are they at? Right here. Let me put this in. It's $60. Let me track that. And I should change those dates back to 1031 when I got paid, but I don't. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm a little bit anal and I do, but not right now. I don't think that's important. And so I'm just going through looking at things one more time because there's something else I want to change, which is my quarterly taxes. Because I'm going to have the extra $88 coming, I am going to increase what needs to go out in taxes to 131.63. So this may overdo it. Yeah, and put me over budget, but that's just a temporary state. Once I get the 188 in, it's going to clear this up, and then we'll truly see what I have extra to work with. I normally don't do my end of the month debt payment until the very end of the month because I like to see what that number is. And right now it says I'm over budget, but that doesn't mean that my account is down to zero or in a negative. That's why I keep a cushion in my account. And you guys know I spent into my cushion, but there's $90.44 that's in my checking, and actually part of one of my sinking funds, the dental part of that is sitting in my checking, and my PMP is sitting in my checking. So if something ever happens and I'm paying out bills too quickly, that'll catch it, and then when the money comes in, it all reconciles itself. That's why I don't do a lot of spending in my account. I try to make sure like I do the cash, and that helps me just kind of stabilize what's going on with my checking account, because too many transactions for me is kind of overwhelming, and I mess up really bad. So I haven't messed up in over 2 years now. I don't plan on messing up anymore. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. And y'all have a super fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening. On November 14th, we're going to release a collab comparing November 2019 to 2018. And I am joining in with Art of the Budget for this collab on EveryDollar. So, yay! Y'all have a good one. Bye.